Hey, my wonderful people. You know, this is my fourth video as it relates to leadership and mentorship. And the late, great, and the very esteemed Myles Munroe said, most untrained leaders put paperwork before people work. Say they put paperwork before people work. We have become, he said, leaders have become so caught up and preoccupied with administration issues and organizational issues. Don't get me wrong, those things are important. They're very much, but people are paramount. Remember what the great Warren Buffett said? When they asked him the question, what is the best investment? He said, humans. Human resource is the best investment. You cannot lose. He became a billionaire not on the backs necessarily of others. I don't know his story really, but it would be because he invested in others and they in turn invested in him. So it multiplied. One man investing in many and the many investing in one man. Ultimately. Take time to train people, he says. Do not forget the human element. That is paramount. Organizational paperwork is significant, yes, but what takes precedence or should take precedence from an effective leader is the people. He says, keys in excellent or in leadership. Walk down, get to know people, find out how they're doing, see what they need. Or what needs to be done. If your eye catches something in the organization or in their space that needs to change it. Get away from paper and find the people. Stop hiding in your office. Poor leaders hide away in their office because they want to show segregation. I'm above you. I'm more important than you. I earn more than you. I can get things done. You cannot. Serve people and stop typing. Serve people. Get down to the nitty-gritty. Jesus washed the disciples' feet. There's symbolism behind it. If you leave an excellent memo, he says, this is important, but never trained anyone to be great, you are a miserable failure. You're a failure. So you're great at sending memos. Oh, you didn't do this, you didn't do that, you didn't do the other. But you never train people. You're a miserable failure. You have not been a leader. You have not been a great leader. You have left no legacy. Your name will be cancelled out. Go back, he says. Repent. Go back and make changes. Restructure your priority and watch how the organization grows. Be a people developer. One of the sad realities is that poor leaders do not affirm those who they are leading simply because they weren't affirmed when they were younger. They weren't taught of affirmation. It wasn't given to them. And they're hurt and they're angry and they feel jealous and envious. I wasn't affirmed, so why should I affirm that person or these people? No. Next thing they take over or they become better than me and I'm forgotten. You will be forgotten if you continue that way. Notice all the good leaders David named because David was a man after God's own heart. He embodied being an affirmation. And God said, and because of David, I'm going to make everybody from his lineage or from his descendants to be on the throne. Every time. That's what to this day, his name is called. Poor leaders find it hard to compliment their staff individually or collectively, especially individually. They end up being envious and jealous and not liking instead of empowering, even if the person may be better. Again, if you train somebody and they become better, it means that you are of worth. It means you're significant. It means that because anything you touch turns to gold. So you are the gold, it turns to platinum. You're the platinum, turns to rubies. A great leader is comfortable enough to say, that's a great job. I want you to do that again. In fact, I want you to lead that project or that charge on this. You are very good at what you do. I am so proud of you. And run with that project and lead. Run with that project and lead. That is an effective leader. You're better at it than I am. Run with it and lead. Poor leaders do not want to affirm anyone. They want them to fear them, have trepidation. They threaten them with their presence and they don't say good things to them or about them simply because they think they will take their jobs. a very good leader, if a very good leader learns how to earn $1 million, and when they come into contact with somebody and, you know, and they train them like their children or somebody else that they work with, and that child or that colleague earns $2 million, it tells the truth that you were a good steward, a good investor, good teacher, good mother, good facilitator. You earn $1 million, they earn $2 million. Saul failed to understand that. Saul failed to understand that. So he may have chased 1,000 because he had invited David into the palace, and he would have taught David some things, and David embodied that with the Spirit of God, became better than the trainer. And instead of him saying, there goes my legacy, he started to envy him. He started to envy him and tried to get rid of him for years, even though David did nothing but good to him. Only confident leaders, only effective leaders, only good leaders, great leaders affirm others individually, not just collectively, because you don't want to praise this one, so you just say a general thing sometimes. No, individually and collectively. Martin Luther King Jr. accomplished far more internationally than his father, Martin Luther King Sr., because Martin Luther King Sr. was an effective, a great leader. Be leaders, he says, who produce leaders. Affirm people. Let go and let God. Power is a tool that should, notice I use the word should because it's not necessarily used, should be used to improve other people. It is a tool that should be used to empower other people. They may even be better than you at the task or at the job. And nothing is wrong with that, because your legacy will live on. Your legacy will live on. If you train someone and they become better than you, it means that you're an excellent leader. Poor leaders have no time for mavericks. You know what a maverick is? So let me tell you who a maverick is. A maverick is someone who acts independently, often going against the norms, rules, or expectations of a group or society. Mavericks are known for their unorthodox ideas, bold actions, and refusal to conform. The term can be used in many contexts: in business, an entrepreneur with unconventional methods; in politics, a politician who doesn't always follow their party line; in personality, a person who values individualism and independent thinking. The word originally comes from Samuel Maverick, a 19th century Texas rancher who didn't brand his cattle. So Maverick came to mean someone who doesn't follow the herd, you know. And it can be somebody who is, generally it's somebody who is, you know, like a prodigy, very good at what he or she may do or need to do. So it's not somebody who is just going against the status quo, going against the status quo's purposes, but somebody who says, I know that if I go this way, it will create changes, transformation for the better. Poor leaders do not want anyone who can compete with them or outshine them. Nothing is wrong if they outshine you. And I'm not talking about somebody who's deliberately trying to overthrow you, outshine you for ill reasons, for emotive reasons, for bad reasons. I'm not talking that. I'm talking about they just perfect what you would have shown them and make it even better. I remember Whitney Houston was in a rehearsal and Kelly Price was singing, but you know, Kelly Price, she has great runs and slurs and whatnot, and she's singing in the background, and some of the other, you know, so-called relevant people came and was saying, you can't outshine the best. So what she said, no, when she heard that, she said, okay, and she started to undersing. While Whitney rehearsing, she said, Kelly, why are you singing like this? This is not you. Why are you undersinging? I can tell you're undersinging. And she told her, Whitney chased everybody out. And she went to Kelly and she said, you never ever underperform because of anyone. Never you underperform or undersing because of anyone. Now sing. She said that. She said sing. She said sing because of Whitney's contribution and others. That lady became a great singer, entertainer. Guys, you know what to do. Read TikTok and YouTube. Subscribe. Give me one of those lions. Thank you.